Hey there, friends. It's January, so you know what that means. It means that everybody's working on their New Year's resolution to drop a few pounds. I myself have been going at it with the Christmas treats, specifically Christmas cookies, which are like my favorite thing in life. So I definitely will be joining that bandwagon. But here's the issue, and I don't know if you agree, but in general, I feel like going on like special diets, they can get really, really expensive. So I'm breaking down my top tips on how you can save if you want to try the keto diet. And I have my sad little carrot here, which is not particularly attractive, nor is it keto, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Hey guys, it's your girl Jackie from the Financial Literacy Tribe. As mentioned, we are reviewing top tips for you to save at the grocery store if you are doing keto to lose a few pounds, which certainly that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm not even gonna play with you. That is my goal as well. So let's jump right in. Tip number 1, if you are trying keto, is definitely the same exact tip that I would have if you were trying any special diet, which is you need to meal plan. Trust me, guys. Trust me. I am not the type of like gimmicky individual who falls for everything, but when I tell you that meal planning will help you save at the grocery store, I am not joking. I started doing it months ago. Actually, it was research for a video that I had did on meal planning. I will link it in the description box for you so you can check it out. But ever since I tried it, I saved so much that I have been doing it consistently. Not only do I feel like I save in terms of money, but I feel like I also save in terms of aggravation. Like, it feels so good to just have a simple list. These are the things that I need to make my meals for the week or for the next 2 weeks or whatever, and that's it. I'm not wandering the aisles. I'm not confused. I'm not getting sucked in by sales and all the other gimmicks that the grocery stores put out. It makes your life so much easier and you save so much more money because you're not buying unnecessary stuff. So definitely, if you're trying keto, you need to meal plan. Write down what are the meals that you're doing for that week, or like I said, for the next 2 weeks ahead of time, and only buy from the grocery store what it is that you need to make those meals. My next tip is akin to my last tip, which after you do your meal planning, which you're gonna do, be sure to only get what's on your list, which means that you are walking into the grocery store with your grocery list in hand. I will also link my blog, which I have a really great resource for you guys. When I had done my home meal planning video, I also shared that I have a worksheet that I use for meal planning. And so on that actual worksheet, it has like a little calendar portion where you can put like the meals that you're making for dinner so your family can get excited about it. But there's also a portion of that worksheet where you can write down your grocery list. And so that's the paper that you take with you to the grocery store. So don't get caught without it. Don't go wandering. And also, like, I guess you can technically keep the grocery list on your phone. I know my boyfriend does that. He has like the application and he just does that. That's fine. But I guess like I think it's because I'm a nurse. Like, I get weird about touching things at the grocery store, very germy things, and then touching my phone. Like, I have to like seriously disinfect it afterwards. So I prefer the paper because then you can just chuck it in the trash and you're done afterward, versus the phone. I have to seriously like disinfect my phone, especially nowadays. After going to the grocery store and then touching my phone after. But definitely either way, if you prefer the app, use the app. If you prefer paper, use paper. But just make sure you're going into the grocery store with your list. My next tip for keto might be a bit controversial, but my mom has actually been doing keto on and off for the past couple years, and she's lost a lot of weight. But the one thing that I noticed, and if you're familiar at all with the keto diet, is that you are eating a lot of meat. That diet is, I don't want to sit here and say the majority meat, but I'm pretty sure it's the majority meat because the bulk of your macronutrients have to come from fat, and from protein as opposed to carbohydrates. And so my next tip is you may want to consider, especially if you're planning on doing keto for a long haul, for a long time, you may want to consider getting a deep freezer. Think about it. You're stocking up on perishables, meat products, and different cuts of meat. It might make more sense to buy it in bulk. It might make more sense to really bulk up on the amount of meat items that you're buying, especially if they go on sale. And the question becomes, do you have the space for that in your current freezer? Most of us have like the standard fridge with the little freezer at the top. There's only so much that you can store in that. So if we're talking about really taking advantage of sales and buying good quality cuts of meat in bulk, you may want to consider getting a deep freezer, even if you can get it used on Facebook Marketplace for a really, really good deal, or Craigslist or something like that, or even maybe for free from a friend or something. But you may want to consider getting one of those so that way you can take advantage when the grocery stores have the sales or your butcher is having a really good deal, and you can stock up on the cuts of meat that you're going to need to maintain your healthy keto lifestyle. My next tip for keto is to only shop the perimeter of your grocery store. It is a well-known fact that the perimeter is where they keep the dairy products, the meat usually, and the like fruits and vegetables, the produce aisle. So what that means is you're staying out of the aisles in the middle, which is where they keep potentially keto products. They may have keto products on the shelves, but they're probably going to be super processed, and they're probably going to be very expensive, because anything that's part of a specialty diet, like a keto product or whatever the case may be, it's going to be super, super pricey. So just save yourself the aggravation and stick to the perimeter of the grocery store. Get your fresh produce, get your dairy products, get your meat products, and just stay away from all of those super processed foods. It'll save you a pretty penny. My next tip is that instead of going to your big name grocery stores, you may want to consider, especially specifically for meat cuts, like we said, keto's all about like quality meats, and even like fish and stuff like that. You may want to consider, instead of going to your big box grocery stores, going to your local butcher or fishmonger if you have one in town. It may be able to save you a lot, especially if you're buying in bulk, or you're buying the majority of an animal. You may be able to get not only a better quality cut of meat and a better quality animal than what they're offering depending on what grocery store you go to, but it's also probably going to be a better price. So that's something that you may want to consider. My next tip, if you do not have a local butcher or fishmonger within your area that'll give you a good deal, and you have to get them from like the big name grocery stores, is shop around, henny. Usually the grocery stores will rotate sales. Like maybe they'll have like really good sirloin steak for sale at this grocery store this week, and then something similar will go on sale at a completely different chain of grocery stores the next week. So just be super hyper aware of what it is that's going on sale and how you can take advantage of those sales from one grocery store to the other. I myself am guilty of playing favorites when it comes to like grocery stores. I used to have this one grocery store, it was the only one that I go to, but it was like the more expensive one in my town, so shame on me. But so what I've learned is that it makes more sense to really see which grocery chain has the stuff that I want to get on sale, and then I take advantage of that sale and I'll go there instead. Even if it means I'm driving more or putting up with more aggravation, whatever. It's all worth it for the deals. My last tip is kind of akin to the one that I had mentioned prior about like just shopping the perimeter of your grocery store. But when you're talking about specialty diets such as keto, there's a lot of brand new products on the market. Some of them are amazing. I am not going to sit here and bash all pre-made new keto products that are on the market. Some of them are great. But some of them are really, really processed, and some of them are very, very expensive. So if you're thinking about purchasing a pre-packaged keto product and it's a little pricey, you may want to consider just doing it on your own and making it yourself. Okay, this is something that's going to vary depending on skill set. I have mentioned this in prior videos, but your girl is the worst baker that has ever existed. Like literally, my level in terms of what I can bake is like the Pillsbury little tubes of cookie with the instructions on it that like kindergartners could make. That's the level that I'm on. So would I necessarily sit there and try to bake a whole keto pastry on my own? No, it would not go well. But if you have that skill set or you want to learn that skill set, then I encourage you to try making these types of products on your own and instead of purchasing them, because if you're purchasing them, they can be significantly more expensive and they're probably not going to be as good for you as if you were making them on your own. So it's something that you may want to consider. And guys, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you found the tips that we reviewed today to be helpful, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe if you're not currently subscribed to my channel. If you would like to check out additional content, be sure to check out my blog, which is available at focusfrugalfab.com. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!